Hey, welcome back. This is Jared at 3C's Recreation, and today I have both of the Beta 2-strokes in front of me that are oil injected for 2022. This is the standard RR model, and this is the CrossTrainer. Beta has a team tip out. They just want us to double check the CDIs, make sure they're not corroded before the bikes leave our dealership. If you have a 2022, it might be good in your garage to pull what I'll show you what to do. Pull the connector off, make sure your pins are not corroded. I'm sure your dealer checked it, but you just spent a lot of money on your bike and you might as well double check it. So the first bike we'll look at here. All right, so this is our standard RR. This is the 2-stroke model. We're gonna pull off on here and here to take our air box cover off. And then now you can see right in there, that's our CDI and where it plugs into. And to release it, there's a tab on the bottom that I'm gonna push up on. And I'm gonna steady the CDI so it stays in its rubber grommet there. Alright, so now we got it unplugged, and the GoPro doesn't do a great job at focusing, but you can see in there, this one's in really good shape. There is zero corrosion on this bike. And you can see on the pins here, there's no green or white, so we're looking really good on this. But what Beta wants us to do is add some dielectric grease. So that's what we have here. We're just going to take some of this and lay it across here, and then I'll push it in with my fingers. I'm just making sure that every pinhole has dielectric grease in it. And so now all we have to do is just reconnect this. And like I just want to show you guys better, this is the tab that I pushed out on, or pushed in on to pull it out. So we'll just spin it back around. There is a second part to this team tip, and they want us to check the ground wire, which we've already done. Let me see if I can see it under here. It's a lot easier with a gas tank off. Right here is our ground wire, and we already had this off. They want to make sure that there's no paint between the ground wire and the frame. So take your gas tank off like we already did earlier and double check that there's no paint in there. So that's the standard RR model and how to check it. Alright, so the second bike we're going to look at is the Beta CrossTrainer. And we're going to pull our air box cover off here. And this one's easy to get to as well. Our CDI is right here. So we're just going to pull it right off the peg that holds it onto the bike. It's got the rubber band here that pinches onto there. And to remove the CDI from the wire harness, again, I'm just going to pinch in on the connector and pull out on it. And you can tell this one's already got quite a bit of dielectric grease in there. So this bike just came in end of March here. So maybe from the factory they're already doing some of this, because this Bolton's been out for quite a while. And you can see in there, and again, the GoPro is kind of hard to focus on little things, but it looks great inside of there. So now it's just putting this back together. We're just going to snap this in here. And then the tricky part is trying to get this little part of the band to fit over that little plastic nub there. Also, on the CrossTrainer, like I just mentioned on the standard RR, you have to find the ground wire. And this one's a little bit harder to see even with the seat off. We actually have to take the gas tank all the way off, and it's right at the top of the back of the frame, kind of where the shock mounts there. So take your gas tank off, make sure that it's not got a lot of paint between the ground wire and the frame. So again, this was Jared at 3C's Recreation. If you guys are in need of Beta parts, I would love to work with you. We're blown away with the response with how many people are actually calling from all over the country. A lot of parts orders are even getting free shipping if you hit a certain dollar amount. So again, this is Jared at 3C's, and thanks for tuning in.